Hello, John. I'm Sabrina with Geeks of Color. I'm so excited to talk to you today because this film was incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Heritage, community, and how those two things come together to make a home is a prevalent theme in the film. Is that something that drew you to a project like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in that point in my life. I just had my first couple kids. I have another one on the way, and I think about
Congrats.
what is home and what makes home all the time. I think about what makes America. How I grew up in America as the greatest place in the world is what my parents said, and I believed it. I still believe it, but it's not as shiny gift as I thought. That we're gonna actually have to make America the greatest place in the world. That every generation pushes us a little bit closer, hopefully, maybe sometimes a step back, but we're hopefully always sort of moving, inching forward. And it's our responsibility to build our nest. So yeah, home has been heavily on my mind. That the greatest story that I can tell now is how I want to paint the world to my daughter, how I want my son to see how he fits into that world, how he fits into this America. So I take it very seriously.
Incredible that it's so close to your heart. And musicals are notorious for being difficult to adapt to the screen, but you succeeded at capturing the flow and energy of the stage production. Were there
Thank you.
any challenges you faced along the way?
Yeah, I mean, the show is great, but it's not a movie. And so the challenge of getting into the plumbing, finding out where the nuggets are, losing songs, losing plot points, those were very, very difficult. And you're pitching this to one of the greatest songwriters and lyricists ever, and one of the greatest writers, Kiara and Lynn. It's just like every step you had to be delicate, but credit to them, they were not precious about anything. They wanted the best movie, and they knew a movie was very different than a show. And so they allowed us all. I mean, Kiara and I, we got to play a lot and present that to Lynn. So I'm very grateful, and I learned a lot about creative leadership from them.
What was that process like of deciding what to omit, like some songs in the character of Nina's mother?
Um, a lot of it was about what's framing this movie, and if Usnavi was framing this movie, then Vanessa had to have a more prominent position. We had to actually know what Vanessa dreamt about, not just like moving, but why. What is it? So we gave her this dream, and it wasn't an elaborate dream. It was just she wanted to be a designer. She wanted to be seen, and she never had that before, crazily enough. And so we had to give that to her. So that took room. And then when you look at Benny and Nina, okay, Nina's struggle with her father, and if you add a mom, then you're adding another 45 minutes to this movie to serve that.
Yes.
And then what happens when you take mom out, which was very, very difficult because I love that in the show, but it gives Jimmy and her, it puts more pressure on her. So in a movie, it helps ratchet up that conflict, which I think is very helpful for a movie. So, but every step of the way, every song had to earn its way back. And we knew that even if we temporarily lifted one, that if we wanted to put it back, we had to make room for it and give it a purpose. And some of those songs made it, and some of them didn't. So it is what we had to figure out.
And Washington Heights in this film is so vibrant and alive. There's so many details from the food to home decor that adds so much authenticity. How important was it for you to make sure this environment felt sincere and lived in?
100%. I mean, after going through Crazy Rich Asian experience, I knew more than ever how important those little moments were. Even for the four friends driving at night in Crazy Rich Asians had more of resonance to people that I got emails about and texts about, oh, it's just four friends hanging out. How aspirational that we'd never been in that position. That was crazy to me. And so and then this one, I obviously I'm not Latino. I'm not from New York. I'm from the other side of the country. So a lot of it was listening. A lot of it was saying, what do you have to share? And let's share it. In a weird way, this was a love letter with Washington Heights while falling in love with Washington Heights. And so they would tell me, Lynn and Kiara, the best tour guides, oh, this is the place where we shot our home videos. I would shoot in this tunnel on 191st Street. And I'd be like, we got to shoot this. Oh, this is where we spend our summers at this pool. Oh my God, I've never seen this pool before. Do you guys know how crazy this pool is? And they'd be like, well, it's just our local pool. I'm like, no, this is nuts. And so it was us sharing stories that created this new thing. And I think that's actually a great example of the unity we can actually do together, even if we're not from the same place.